In this section, we can see how to integrate the static application security test tools plugins with the development IDE. Currently, I have the IntelliJ IDE and I need to integrate the Snyk plugin with the IntelliJ IDE. Now we can go to the files, settings, plugins. You can search the Snyk plugin and you can see the Snyk plugin is available in the plugins list. You can click to install the Snyk plugin. Snyk is once the installation is completed, you can restart. And meantime, if this is the first time installation for your IDE, you need to give the GitHub authentication to authorize the Snyk plugin. So once the plugin installation is completed, you can restart. Now you can see the Snyk plugin is installed with the IntelliJ IDE. Please note this is not first time installation for me, so the GitLab authentication is not requested. Suppose if the Snyk plugin installation is first time for you, the installation URL will redirect to the GitHub login authentication. There you need to log in using your GitHub credential so that it will authenticate and it will be ready to use the Snyk plugin for your SAST assessment. Okay, suppose if you want to execute the scan, you can click the scan so that I have opened a sample vulnerable application using the IDE. You can see the source code. Now the scan is completed. You can identify the SAST related issues. So this is what we need to integrate the static application security test as part of our development IDE, and we need to execute the SAST assessment to identify the security issues in the earlier stage of the product development. We saw the Snyk plugin integration with the IDE already. Now we can see how to integrate the SonarQube plugin with the IDE. Again, we can go to the files, settings, plugins. You can search Sonar. You can see Sonarlint we have. You can start to install. You can wait few seconds or few minutes to install the Sonarlint. Okay, once the installation completed, you can restart the IDE. Okay, now you can see the Sonarlint is integrated with the IDE. Suppose if you want to run the SonarQube scan as part of the IDE, you can go and run the SonarQube scan. Now you can see the SonarQube related issues are identified here. Okay, now we saw two plugins. One is a Snyk plugin, another one is Sonarlint plugin. And we saw how to integrate these tools with the development IDE. So as part of our development, we can integrate required SAST plugins with the IDE and we can execute our scan so that we can identify the security related issues in the earlier stage of the coding phase. Okay, last session we saw how to execute the SAST assessment using Snyk plugin tools, and this time we can see how to execute the containerized image scan using the Snyk tool, or Docker image scan using the Snyk tools. So we have options in the CLI, Snyk container test we can give, and we can provide the repository name so that it will scan and provide the results. Now we can see Snyk. This is my local repository. This repository I am using internally for my testing. So I need to scan the image which I placed in the repository. We can initiate the scan now. We can provide enter and we can initiate the scan. Okay, once the image scan is completed, you can see the issues. It is placed in the CLI. I have completed this session. Suppose if you have any clarifications, you can post your clarifications in the comment section.